All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Harakakwadash. Number one is to apostles, the great millstone, and salutations to elect, which are to be the brother Kawadia. And, well, when it come down to Kun Jung-un down in North Korea, look what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's attacking that of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you could clearly tell, even within society, that there's a clear war. It's clearly a war against righteousness. You see, you know, because everything that the Bible is speaking on and stuff is happening. You know, and it's not just in America; it's all over across the world. You see, right? And pretty much there's a 2-year-old in prison for life. You know what I'm saying? Showing how serious the heathens are. A 2-year-old down in North Korea, right? A 2-year old down there in North Korea and whatnot and stuff is in prison. No. Is in A 2-year-old is in prison for life just because his parents had a Bible. You know what I'm saying, right? So you can see and stuff when it comes down to these other ways of worship and philosophies and stuff. You ain't going to jail for it. You see, right? And pretty much, hey, it's nothing new under the sun, which I'll start off with that. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. It says, the thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. You see? And pretty much stuff, the Bible, you know what I'm saying, has always been problematic and stuff when people want to come up against it. You know what I'm saying, right? So when it comes down to it, hey, it's going to be the same way. They're already doing banning of the books. You know what I'm saying? You got certain places and stuff where they burn in Bibles. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You expect that persecution to come for your belief. You see? Right? Right? So this is First Maccabees. This First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 1, verse 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Now, this happened in the past and stuff when they was building up the Tower by all. You know what I'm saying? When we was considered God's children. You see? Well, not God's children, the sons of God. You see? Right? Right before Israelites and stuff came into fruition. You see, because it's always been a chosen line and stuff that the Lord have chosen. You know what I'm saying, to be His people. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, right. So to be one people and whatnot and stuff. And when it come down to this new, they already have what is called a new world order, where they have a certain agenda and stuff. Where with the elites of this world and stuff, the Rothschilds, Gettys, DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, the rich Jewish banking families. Guess what they're saying? They're saying pretty much they're really trying to replace the Bible or rewrite the Bible and stuff by the way of AI, artificial intelligence. You see, right, right. So it's nothing new, right? And they want one people, they want one religion, they want one order and whatnot and stuff. And guess what? It's going to come by the way of order out of chaos. So I'm gonna keep going. This is First Maccabees 1:42. It says, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Now it's not just going to be the heathen. You know what I'm saying, right? This First Maccabees 1:11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And you're going to have a lot of Israelites, you know what I'm saying, don't, you're going to have a lot of Israelites and stuff. It's not just going to be, uh, um, not just regular Israelites and stuff. It's gonna be a lot of these celebrities and whatnot and stuff. You see, because they use the celebrities and stuff as mascots and stuff because they know that a lot of people idolize them or want to be like them. You see, worship them. You know what I'm saying? As to be gods themselves. You see? And the thing is that once they get the once they get the mascots and stuff, the celebrities and stuff to do so, you know what I'm saying, the people gonna follow and whatnot and stuff, right? Right? And it's gonna be people who's gonna convince stuff. It's gonna be like, man, look, what have you because what they gonna do? They're gonna use like buzzwords. I want to say, you know, they gonna come to the people and stuff and be like, you know, since you've been worshiping this. Matter of fact, how they gonna be is really like Job's wife, right? Right? It's gonna be like, oh, you wasting your time and stuff following this God and whatnot. Look what he doing. He taking this and taking that stuff. You might as well curse the Lord and die. And that's how the celebrity Israelites, you know what I'm saying, or whatever celebrities and stuff that they use, you know what I'm saying, to further convince the people and stuff to follow this new world. You know what I'm saying, right? And what are these was part of the following of part of um, what is the communion? You know, it's like what is the following and stuff. It's uh 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 shoot, I forget what I was gonna say. Um, is uh taking the juice. You see, mysterious juice, and everybody, you see what happened and stuff to Jamie Foxx. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? So it says verse 12. It says, so this device pleased them well. It says then certain of the people. It says then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. You see, and guess what? You got a lot of Israelites, 2/3 of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who outward appearances that of a heathen, who spirit bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? They want the ways of the world and stuff to continue. You see, as it says in Isaiah 30 and Isaiah 30 and uh, um, Isaiah 30 and 10. It says, pretty much people are asking, it's like to the seers, see not, you know what I'm saying, to the seers, see not, to the prophesy, to the prophets, prophesy not, you know what I'm saying, speak not unto us right things, speak to on us in smooth things, right? You know what I'm saying, prophesy deceits. And pretty much what happened was, or well, with the, so like, for the fact that, for the fact that they in that spirit and stuff, it lets you know and stuff what do they really want to go for. They don't want to go for righteousness. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to establish their own righteousness, right? And that their own righteousness and stuff is that of the way of their belly, meaning that they want to live the ways of their flesh. See, right? So I'm gonna go back down. This First Maccabees 1 and 41 again. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. It says, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. It says, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. You see, because guess what? You're going to have to show some sort of commitment, just like when it comes down to the celebrities before they knew how to do this and do that and stuff on their own. When it came down to celebrities and stuff, you had something that was called a casting couch. And on a casting couch and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you had to do something that was abominable to show the proof that you was down or that you was loyal and stuff, just so you can get these get these contracts and stuff for these large amount of money. You know what I'm saying, right? You had to do something that was unholy, profane. Profane means outside the temple. You see, right? Unconsecrated, something that was unsacred. You see, and most of that stuff was, most of it was immoral sexuality. You see, you know, right? So it says, verse 44. It says, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow strange laws of the land. So these different executive orders that Joe Biden and stuff is passing, you know what I'm saying, is to continue to demoralize and stuff the people of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, what are they doing? They coming flat out. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, this is what we finna do. If you ain't down with it and stuff, we're gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? They already got the depopulation going on and stuff when it comes down to these mysterious juices. You know what I'm saying? You see, right? You know, uh, um, and then since a lot of people are getting hip to the juices and stuff being mutated, you know, or bring some sort of harm onto them afterwards and whatnot and stuff, right? Right? Different, so therefore, the people are getting hip, so they trying to work ways around it. You know what I'm saying? But now, guess what? They putting it in the food. You see? They putting it in the food, right? They putting it in the food. So what are they doing and stuff? They masking the cows. Now they showing that with beef, but I wouldn't be surprised if they doing it with anything else. And then when it come down to Bill Gates, what is he doing and stuff? You got a lab grown chicken. You know what I'm saying? You see, right? So so since nobody and stuff, since everybody's being hipped and whatnot, it's like, oh, okay, y'all trying to get away and whatnot and stuff. Well, guess what? We gonna put it in the food, and you're gonna have to eat. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it says verse verse 44 again. It says, for the king had sent letters by messenger unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah. It says that they should follow the strange laws of the land. It says, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festival days. Now, in this day and age, as it says in Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, the 35th chapter, it clearly says and stuff that keeping the laws is a propitiation and stuff unto the Lord to appease his wrath. See, right? Because there's certain things that the Lord wants that he provided for us within his blueprint of the Bible and stuff that will cause him to be greatly pleased with us. But remember, they're trying to maintain their kingdom. So with them maintaining their kingdom, this is part of the great wrath that they bring forth. Now, when it comes down to that Revelations 12 and 12, you know what I'm saying? They're going to do that physically and stuff by the way of martial law. You know what I'm saying? And you have something called Operation Garden Plot and stuff, where they have the ability to shoot civilians down and stuff if they don't cooperate. You see, and look how everything is now and stuff. This is still sort of the green tree, but guess what? The leaves are starting to increase, to fall off to the point that it's all dry, and that's going to be Jacob's trouble. What they're going to do is that they're going to put people and stuff in a corner by force. They're gonna put people in the corner by force and stuff just to get their weight. You see, but right now and stuff, it's like little testing grounds and stuff. Let's see, let's put this cheese, out here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And see if the mouse, meaning the people and stuff, is gonna bite. And guess what? You got the alphabet people, the LGBTQ plus. You know what I'm saying? They're now they coming after the dogs. They get clothing for the dogs. You know what I'm saying? And supporting homosexuality and stuff when it come down to the animals now. You see? And they going that far and stuff. Now that's how you also know that Esau Edom, the full-blooded spirited Caucasian, is really trying to change the nature that the Lord had already set up. You see? Because now they're going after the animals. Now you see that bullshit in Transformers 2, I believe, Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen was the second one. And you had those two dogs. One was named Frankie, but then you had another one. You know what I'm saying? And they was both males. It was he ha ha, but that's how they kind of slowly bring it in and stuff to make it seem like it's normal. You know. So now it's on the clothing. People ain't really down with it and whatnot and stuff, right? And what's gonna happen? You're gonna get blackballed. You're gonna get blackballed. People gonna look at you. You know what I'm saying? As being some sort of what they call it. You're gonna be one of those phobics and stuff that's out there. You see? So this is First Maccabees 1:45. It says, "And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festivals." Now I want to grab this right quick because it's nothing new underneath the sun, right? So this is Psalms, the 83rd chapter. I'm started verse 2. It says, "For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." It says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." And this is their plot. Their plot like their plot is to keep Israel and stuff away from the law, statutes, commandments, because in their mind it's like if we stop them and we hinder them, which they won't be able to do, but if they'll get a large portion, but not the elect. The 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, each the 12 tribes of Israel, the government body. The 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children, who are Israelites, believing no matter how they look and convert to keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability, mingle with faith, repenting every day, not cherry picking what they want to repent on, and repenting on a timely fashion on the Lord's time before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Who's predestined from the beginning, stuff written in the book of life. You know what I'm saying? Now the 1/3 of stuff only consists within America, but you also have an innumerable number who's not going to bow the knee and stuff onto Baal, just like Elijah did. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's other 7,000, which means a complete number, you see, during the time of Elijah, right? But uh, 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 but pretty much what they want to do is that what pretty much in order for in their mind and stuff to stop this movement from going and whatnot, their ways have to be applied. You see, and you got a lot of Israelites out there and stuff who love the ways of this wickedness. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? They'll do anything that they can and stuff just to maintain this comfortability. You see, right? So this verse 4, it says, "They have said, 'Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.'" Now, the way that they did that and stuff is not necessarily by genocide, but they most definitely would try to do that. They already doing it already. But guess what? There's a lot of people with high immunity. You know what I'm saying? You know, even if they do get their deadly juices and whatnot and stuff, they're not gonna die. They might get a little sick here and stuff. Probably be able to rehabilitate themselves and stuff back to health and whatnot and stuff. You know, uh, uh, but it's a mutation to the DNA and whatnot and stuff. And we already know that when it comes down to Esau, Edom and stuff, he's trying to take away the God gene. You know what I'm saying? You know, right, right. So this is like, right. So this is part of their plot and whatnot and stuff. But what they're gonna do is enforce it within the laws. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna go to Psalms 10, and then it's not just Esau, Edom and stuff. It's also different world leaders as well. You know what I'm saying, right? Right? Because nobody's really establishing the righteousness of the Bible and stuff to be the law of the land and whatnot. So it shows that they still want a heathen custom and stuff to be to be within their parts. So this Psalms 10 and 2. It says, "The wicked is, in his pride doeth persecute the poor." It says, "Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined." It says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." It's let me skip down. Well, verse 4, it says, "The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts." And you can see that because everything that the Lord has said to deem is good, that's what they flipped it around. You see, and they flipped it around and stuff and made what was evil in the eyes of the Lord and stuff good, as it says in Isaiah 5 and 20. You see, right? And it says, verse 5, it says, "His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. It's that for all his enemies he puffeth at them." You see, right? You know, he's pompous, proud. You don't think anything is going to happen and whatnot and stuff. You see, you know, but right now and stuff, it's like all my plans like coming to pass and whatnot and stuff, or all that they want to bring forth is coming to pass. And the thing is that it's like, well, guess what? Nothing. It seems like nothing's going to happen. You see, right? So it says. Verse 6, it says, "He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity." Right? And that's the strong delusion that the Lord had placed upon them and stuff, because guess what? With them, uh, uh, that's the strong delusion that the Lord had placed upon them and stuff, because it's the Lord that's allowing them to do these things and whatnot, because it's all according to his will to show that the Lord, Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai and stuff, is the one true gods. You know what I'm saying? And that there's no other gods beside him and stuff, and he's the actual true creator and stuff that rules the earth. You see? Right? Right? The Lord is just allowing them to do that. You know? Remember, he's the father of spirits. And all of us have spirits, but who's the creator of spirits? You see? You know? Like, right, so it says verse 9. It says no, verse 8. It says well, it's like it says verse 6, it says, "He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved." It says, "For I shall never be in adversity." Right? It says, "His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent." The Bohemian Grove, you see? The Bohemian Grove. You know, the different secret societies and whatnot. You know, they show you that in the Simpsons, where they got them red hoods and stuff that look like the Jedi hoods and stuff that they wear, them coats or them hoodies. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's more towards like the KKK type pointy hood and whatnot, but it'd be red instead. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they drinking blood, adrenochrome. You know what I'm saying? Praying to Baphomet and different demons. And yes, he's been using the ancient text because they know that it's power in that language when it comes down to Paleo Hebrew. But what they do is that they pray to demons. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Israel and stuff could follow or be enticed or induced. You know what I'm saying? Enticed and seduced. You know what I'm saying, to follow their wicked ways and whatnot and stuff. You see, right? Right. So it says, and it says verse 9. It says he lieth and waits secretly. It says, as a lion in his den, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He crouches and humbleth himself that the poor might fall by his strong ones, those philosophies. And what's going to be the main philosophy that he's going to use? He's going to use fear. You see? He's going to attack everybody, individuals' lives and whatnot and stuff, whether you got family or not. You know what I'm saying? He's going to attack them, you know what I'm saying, with his rules. If you don't follow, then guess what? We're going to kill you. And when it comes down to it, it don't have to necessarily be like a straight threat where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot you or this, that, and the third. Your livelihood, you know what I'm saying, will be attacked. You see, and what is that? A slow death. Because if you don't agree and whatnot, how would you be able to maintain your lives? You see, you know, right? So I'm gonna go back to First Maccabees 1 and 45. It says, 46. It says, and that's why the Lord said, matter of fact. Uh, No, I'll just quote it. That's why the Lord said that this place is not our rest. So this First Maccabees 1 and 47. It says, it says, uh, it says, it says, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, meaning keeping the foreskin on. It says, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. It says, to the end they might forget the law and change all their ordinances. And that's what they want, you see, you know, because since it happened the first time where Israel was enticed to follow the ways of the heathen, you know what I'm saying, they've been able to rule over Israel and stuff for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? They're thinking it's like, well, if we force this upon them, because now it's not even just asking. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all testing grounds and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much testing the waters. They pretty much testing the waters and whatnot, trying to see who gonna bite. You know what I'm saying? They throwing their hook out and stuff with their philosophies, with the things that they're allowing. You know what I'm saying? The different, like even with the LGBTQ and stuff, the plus is with the P. It's not pansexual. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's for pedophilia, and that's exactly what they're bringing forth when it comes down to their new world order. You know what I'm saying? What the scripture says, every unclean spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even though it's here and stuff, they're trying to increase it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what it says in Habakkuk the second chapter, it's Habakkuk 2 and 4. It says, "Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine. It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell. Right, so, right. So hell is a condition. You know what I'm saying, on the grave, but it's referring to the grave because guess what? Why, without the coffins and stuff, because that shit wicked as hell too. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, if somebody, you know, why if you give them a tune or whatnot and stuff, or you burying them in the ground and whatnot and stuff, they bodies decompose within the ground. You know what I'm saying, right? So with that happening, you know what I'm saying, your remains have to become uh, your remains and stuff as it decompose and whatnot over time. You know what I'm saying? It just comes back of the earth. Because remember, we was made of the earth, so the earth is just going back. You know what I'm saying? You see, you know. And guess what? People can constantly die over and over again. It's not going to affect the earth, or it's not going to fill up the earth. You see, you know, right? So he enlarged his desire as hell, right? So like it says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. You see, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. It says, uh, right. So that's that was that point on. Yeah, yeah. So So guess what? They're not going to stop. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more and more vile stuff that they're going to put on the table and stuff and see if who going to eat it. You see? You know, right? And you're going to have a lot of people out there and stuff who are going to try to pretty much lukewarm the situation. And what I mean to lukewarm, meaning like the scripture says that you cannot let's see. This 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 21. Uh, First Corinthians 10 to 21, it says, "Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils." And that's pretty much through the speaking as a man, I really believe that a lot of people and stuff gonna be like, well, I'm gonna have my foot in the truth so I can be woo to woo. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake would do that and stuff. They're part of their preparedness and stuff is just to have a foot on both ends. You see, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna still be cool with the world. I'm gonna still be cool with the world, but then at the same time and stuff, I'm gonna make sure I have my foot in the truth and whatnot and stuff. And that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You're gonna have to choose a side, and it's and more likely and stuff. If you're trying to hold on to the ways of the world and whatnot and stuff, that's more likely where your desire is gonna go to. You see, right? I like to mix and mingle it and whatnot and stuff. And the Lord ain't finna have no parts in that. He ain't gonna deal with that, right? So I'm gonna go back to this first Maccabees 1 and 47. It says, "Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh, unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised." It says, "And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation," right? That's what they're doing now. It says, and what else are they doing? They're sitting up here saying that cause like they got a new juice that they came out, a new juice that they came out with, right? And pretty much with that new juice, uh, uh, what they do is that if there's women who's impregnated and stuff, and their stomach is getting big and large and whatnot, pretty much they're gonna put the juice in them. You know what I'm saying, just to protect the babies and whatnot. And now they also saying that you know that that they trying to push forth the changing of genders and stuff for babies even before they come in the womb. I mean, even no, not for baby before they come in the womb, but before they are even giving birth, man. You see, right? It's how you know that these devils are wicked, man. And anybody itself who cleave onto them and want to deal with their fornication, you wicked as well. As it says in Isaiah 13, it says, well, no, it's one in Proverbs. It says, "Hand joining hand shall utterly be thrust through." See? So this is verse 51. It said, well, 50, 49. It says, "To the end they might forget the law and change all their ordinance." It says, "And whosoever," right? Because the thing is that the Lord, just like in the time of just like in the time of uh, when we was coming out in the wilderness. Well, America, what I'm saying, or pretty much wherever you are on earth and whatnot and stuff, guess what? That will be the wilderness. But guess what? Your faith is going to be tried. And a lot of people and stuff, they're not going to hang on. And I share this dream. Um, Pretty much, this is a dream that I had in the past and whatnot and stuff. And it was like, how you see like a light pole, what I'm saying, right? But it was one where you could fit your entire hand on and stuff. And the only grasp and stuff that you had and stuff was at your fingertips and whatnot and stuff. And just imagine how difficult it is to hang on, right? And then on top of that and stuff, there was like this space, and you was hanging from thousands of feet up in the sky. So if you fell, you was gonna be dead, right? So pretty much there would be the space in between, and it would be some hard ass wind that come out of nowhere and stuff, and boom, hit you in your chest and stuff, making you trying to fall off, right? So you had the fear of falling, what I'm saying, but then you also had something that was pressing against you, what I'm saying? And what is that? That's going to be the different adversities, you see, right? And a lot of people are going to fail in adversity and stuff because their strength is small. They're going to be ready to give up and stuff because they're going to live comfortably. They want to live in complacency. You see, you know, they want to enjoy the ways of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do well. You see, according to the eyes of the Lord. That's why even a lot of people and stuff to this day they still think that Yahweh Shai ain't gonna return and stuff until their grandchildren and stuff get older, or if they have some or not, or planning to get some. You see, you know why? Because it shows that they're really for this world. They're not really looking for the kingdom to come. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Uh, 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 this is testing grounds. The Lord is putting a lot of people through the fire, and people are burning up like wood and stubble. You see, you know, you know, or you're gonna see that, or you're gonna see, you know, you're gonna see that when it comes down to certain individuals who do say that they believe in the truth, you're gonna see that it's gold plated. And when I say gold plated, with the outside look all gold and whatnot and stuff, right? Same nigga. Like the outside and stuff is all gold and stuff, but it's just regular stainless steel and stuff that can still melt away. You see, right? Right. So this is first Maccabees because a lot of people and stuff is gonna give up. A lot of people ain't gonna keep going. You see, right? And the scriptures also talk about how the ways of the world is gonna choke them. You see, right? So let me get this because if you tend to hold on and stuff, guess what? You will be called a terrorist. You will be called an extremist. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because the thing is that we have power and stuff, but the Lord has, the Lord has given us the power of the Holy Spirit and stuff to speak this word and reveal His secrets. You know what I'm saying? And the breath of the Lord is destroying the man, Esau, Edom stuff, and Israelites and stuff who don't want to follow their king. You see, right? So uh, this is Matthew 13. It's Matthew 13 and it's Matthew 13 and 18. It says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower." It says, when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, it says, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. It says, this is he which receives seed by the wayside. It says, but he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word and are now, meaning they believe right away, with joy and receiveth it. It said, yet have he not root in himself. And a lot of people and stuff don't have root. A lot of people don't have root. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's squeezed, but right now and stuff, it might be hard. You're still able to make ends meet and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? Inflation is coming. As soon as all these other countries and stuff look at the American dollar not to be the world currency and whatnot, all that money and stuff is gonna come back. And guess what? When that money come back and stuff, bag of chips and stuff might be $30 fucking. And guess what? They still gonna have it with more air in the bag and stuff, and a little bit of chips and stuff at the bottom. They still gonna have it like that, but it's gonna be $30. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was down there in Massachusetts, probably maybe 2 years ago, where the lady put it on TikTok and stuff, where 8 pack, no, actually a 4 pack of ballpark franks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the hot Italian sausages, I believe. No, not Italian sausages. The hot links. They cost $68, and it was only four in a pack. You see, and then you got to also look at it when it comes down to inflation. Inflation is not just dealing with the food. Inflation is going to also be dealing with your housing. You know what I'm saying? Your different your different bills and stuff. You see, and that's how you know that a lot of people are going to make a lot of cuts and whatnot just so they can maintain the necessities and stuff. But guess what? It's going to be extreme boredom. And we know how niggas are and stuff when they bored. When they bored, they like to get on bullshit. They start to become animalistic. You see, you know, right? So it says this is verse 20 again. It says, but he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word now with joy and receiveth it. Yet have he no root in himself. It says, but dureth for a while. Because look, a lot of people and stuff think it's fun as games. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got the Fed now that's well on its way by next month. You see, because it's June. You see, wow, right, right, right. So there's by July and stuff will be the Fed now. So all your different all your different ways to pay and stuff. Guess what? It's going to be centralized. You know what I'm saying, through one bank. You see. So this is and that's really how they're gonna really have control. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sit up here and say anything against their look what's going on. If you say anything and whatnot, shoot, you got people out there. If you anything against the people and stuff who like to change their genders, you know what I'm saying? You could be jailed or you could be fined for $1,000. You see? So you can see how they trying to put the control on their wickedness that they trying to promote without in the world. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Your money will be involved because if you can't buy and sell, what can you do? You see? Right? So this verse 21, it says, yet have he not root in himself, but do it for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. It says he also that right, right. So by and by is he offended. So that's going to be a lot of people, man. That's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're going to be ready to just throw in the towel, right? Because they're going to want things to be easier. It's like, man, I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of having faith. I'm tired of waiting on the Lord. He taking too long. Look how them niggas was and stuff when Moses was in the cloud and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to the Lord. You know what I'm saying, right? To give instruction onto Israel and whatnot and stuff. Moses took too fucking long and whatnot and stuff. And guess what? They came to Aaron and they was like, look, if you don't make no God for us and whatnot, we can understand what they do. They ain't just walk away and whatnot and stuff, because then they would have never confronted Aaron, right? They confronted Aaron with hostility, even though it doesn't say that and whatnot. But you could, if you know people and they agitated and whatnot because something is taking too long, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? They usually get violent. You see, a small head with a bigger head. That's crazy, right? Right? So they're gonna work on that agitation when it comes down to the people, and it's gonna be like, I could go back to living normal. You know what I'm saying? I could do this, I could do that, and that's how Esau is gonna come as an angel of light. You know what I'm saying? But the ones stuff who that the Lord is dealing with and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be we're not gonna be uh, we're not gonna be taken by Esau's devices, Satan's devices, right? We're not gonna be deceived, right? So this first Maccabees 1 and 50. It says, and whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. You see, so your life is going to be on it. Back then and stuff, guess what? You was getting slain with the sword right off the rip. You was going to get cut in pieces. You was going to have a large incision within you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or some type of decapitation and stuff. You see, or some type of thrusting and stuff that was going to cause you to die immediately. You see, right? And it says, verse 51. It says, in the self same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land. And this is why it says in Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, and strength and salvation. He that fear the Lord is his treasure, right? Because uh, 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 because it's going to be just like how it was when Yahweh Shai in the time of the Roman Roman Empire, when it came down to Yahweh Shai and the apostles and whatnot, when they finally apprehended, when the wicked of the circumcision apprehended, pretty much arrested Yahweh Shai, you had Peter that was fallen, right? And you had a lot of people and stuff who was already convinced was like, you know what, they're evil, they're evil, they're evil. That's how we're going to be looked upon, you see, right? Scripture says we're going to be called to be considered the filth of the earth and stuff, as it says in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, you see, right? We're going to be despised. And the Lord said that you should be hated of all men for my name's sake. And guess what? That's majority of the people, not just 2/3 of Israel, but then also the heathens as well. You see, and the thing is that what's going to happen is that you know during those times and stuff, you're going to have to move righteously. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be people that's going to sit up there and try to test you too. You see, you know. Let me check. You know, you go to a restaurant, if say before stuff really get like damaging. You go to a restaurant and stuff, and you be like, oh, can I get the chicken, or can I get the beef? You know, right? And it's like, oh, sorry, we only got pork and shrimp. You know what I'm saying? And you turn around and whatnot. People, if it's money behind it, if it's money behind it and stuff, if it's money behind it, guess what they're gonna say? People are gonna be willing to turn you in. You see? That's how much of a threat they're gonna label us and stuff because we have this word. You see, right? You know, and that's why we're going to need the Lord to be with us and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need miracles, what I'm saying, just so we can escape the clutches and stuff of evil men and women and children. You see? Because everybody going to be evil out here. You see? Right now, when it came down to Peter, remember, they kept saying, it's like, weren't you the one and stuff when he come down to Yahushua and stuff and he was speaking this and speaking that? Weren't you one of the ones? And that was the time when Peter was denying the Lord 3 times. You see? Right? But the thing is that look, they was being persecuted and stuff because they would have caught Peter and either had him arrested and stuff, or they would have put him to death. You see, and these same times and stuff are finna happen, but it's gonna be like no other. You see, and I'm gonna grab this. This is this is Daniel's. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1, and it says, "And at that time shall Michael, which is an archangel," it says, uh, 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 It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And when you read the different battles and stuff, and you picture it in your head and stuff, right? And you picture it in your head, and what you could, or you see one of those like those real blood gore movies and whatnot and stuff where they only can use weaponry of the medieval and stuff before guns and shit came out. You know what I'm saying, right? Look how bloody and violent it was. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Now we in an area and stuff where everybody got fucking guns. And guess what? They also gonna do the gun control thing and whatnot. But guess what? First people are gonna have to go crazy with the guns. Then they gonna come in to take away your gun laws. And that's what Obama is on. Obama trying to take away the people's guns. And you got a lot of these people and stuff that believe in the Constitution and believe in believe in the Second Amendment. You know what I'm saying? To right to bear arms, and they're gonna be like, you ain't taking my guns away from me. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's from my cold dead hands. You see? So it's gonna be unrest that's gonna happen. You see? You know? It's not just going to be people that's going to come up against the government. It's going to be people that's going to come up against the prophets and stuff because a lot of people going to look at it and be like, it's all your fault. If it wasn't for those meddling Israelites, if it wasn't for them and stuff to start preaching about the Bible, first they're going to ban the Bible, try to burn the Bible, get rid of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because in their minds, they're carnal. It's like, well, if I get rid of this and stuff, then guess what? Nothing's going to happen. No, it's still going to happen. You see? It's called famine of the word. You see? And that's exactly what the Lord is going to do. You know? But when that happens and stuff, it's gonna get real dangerous out here, man. You know, so we're gonna have to move wisely, right? So this I go to Jeremiah 30. It's Jeremiah 30 and 7. This Jeremiah 30 and 7 says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So no matter how gruesome and heavy and gore it was and stuff in the past, oh, it's gonna be on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see all ages and whatnot and stuff, dead bodies in the street, as it says in Revelations 11 and 8. You know what I'm saying? Because being spiritually dead and stuff goes to physical death. You see? You know? And guess what? Esau and regular people and stuff shall be like madmen, sparing none. You see? Spoiling, destroying those who fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Right? 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 So you're going to have to move wisely. You know what I'm saying? That's what Elder Yashua and stuff been coming forth about. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get wiser. You're going to have to keep your shit wired tight, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and what the brother in my the brother Mike Kahlo GMS Inspiration and Motivation. He had said in one of his sit downs and stuff, he said that they got a saying and stuff when it come down to their camp, and it's like the wrong move be your last move. So guess what? We got to keep it tight, man. We got to keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Remember the scripture says, "Hold that fast which thou hast." You see, we ain't trying to perish with the rest of the world. You see, you know, you know, or let's say like this: we don't want to be a enemy unto the Lord. You see, so we do as He says, right? Right? And guess what? This wisdom, what I'm saying, is going to meet us in every thought and stuff. And wisdom is brought for us or sent to us, what I'm saying, just so we can get out that jam. You see? And you got to also recognize and stuff, the difference between the angel or a demon speaking to you. You see? You know? Because, hey, spirit might sit up here and be like, look, make a right, cut through the alley, run, what I'm saying, and hide here for 5 seconds or 10 seconds and then run again and stuff and come back the way that you came. Spirit might be like that and stuff because look, the times that we're coming in, they're gonna want us dead, not just arrested. They're gonna want us dead. You see, right? Right? So Jeremiah 30:7 says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right? Right? And you got various other places and stuff, who's already going through Jacob's trouble. But here in Americas and stuff, hey, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real grievous out here, man. You see? Look at the spirit of the women. Look at the spirit of the women and stuff. They cut throat to their own babies. You see? You know, and then look at the men. The men are fed up with women misusing them and mistreating them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And but at the same time, they still get that feminine spirit upon them. You see, where they go in emotion and not logic. You see, they ready to allow their spirit and stuff to just go wild and whatnot and stuff. You see, and then guess what? The children of disobedience, Satan is on them. Satan is on them and stuff to do evil, right? So this is back in First Maccabees 1 and 51. It says, "In the self same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city." Right. So what does that mean? That means that they're going to sit up here. That means that they're going to sit up here and have it where they're going to check to see if somebody's going to follow after righteousness. You see, that's how diligent they're going to be. You see, and it says, verse 52. It says, "Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land." It says, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for security. Right, right, and it's going to be a lot of betrayal. But just like in the movie Transformers, Extinction, the fourth one, what happened? You had they were saying that if there was an Autobot and stuff that was around, one that was claiming to be an Autobot, if that will give you a quarter mil, which is $250,000. You know what I'm saying, right? Right? 25 times 4 is 100. So 250,000 times 4 and stuff is what? 1 million, right? So the thing is that they're gonna I wouldn't be surprised and stuff if they throw one it dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have like the Lord had told Apostle Paul. He said, "Fear not, for there are many that believe." You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be certain individuals and whatnot and stuff who's gonna be helping out the men of the Lord, and that's gonna be part of the miracles and stuff that the Lord is gonna bestow upon His men, women, and children and stuff that believe in truth and sincerity. You see, right, right, right. So we're gonna be hunted. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be hunted. You know, so we're gonna be looked upon as dangerous men. You know what I'm saying? Especially those who prophesy, who teach. You know what I'm saying? Right? And it says, verse 54, it says, "Now the 15th day of the month, Caslu," it says, "in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side." It says, "and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets." It says, "and when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire." You see? And I had another dream on that. You know what I'm saying? But I had it in the world. No, I didn't. I didn't have it in the word. I had it in the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, still in the truth, Lord willing, right? Pretty much, it was like back in the old times and stuff where people would usually use where people would really use horse and carriage. And I was hiding in somebody's crib and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? And I was hiding in somebody's crib, you know, and when you look outside and stuff, it was the street wasn't paved in asphalt. The street was paved in bricks. You know what I'm saying, you know? And you had military or police and stuff that was searching house to house to see if was searching house to house to see if there was somebody was searching house to house to see if there was somebody who followed the scriptures, you know, and I had a Bible on me. You know what I'm saying? You know, so just imagine that being for real. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Where they enforce it. Because if they want within their new world order, out of chaos, if they want individuals and stuff to fall, and that new world order also includes a religion that they had created for themselves, then guess what? You're going to be persecuted. So it don't matter if you believe in the truth. It don't matter if you believe in Christianity. It don't matter if you believe in Islam. It don't matter if you believe in Hinduism. It don't matter if you believe in shamanism or Catholicism. You see, it don't matter if you believe in Satanism. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you believe in being a atheist, where you don't believe anything at all, because that's still you being against. You know what I'm saying? The religion and stuff that they're gonna have that's worldwide. You see, right? Right. So guess what? Everybody's gonna be a threat. I mean, anybody who don't consent, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be a threat. But you also gotta look like this. You gotta also look at it like this. Uh, um, uh, if they start putting money out there, you know what I'm saying, you know people are going to be ready to betray, you know, and especially during those times and stuff. They sit up here and say, oh, they're terrorists or they're in a cult, you know, and whatnot and stuff, right? They're going to be pointing the fingers and whatnot. You know, the scripture says that the children going to put the parents to death. You know what I'm saying? You know, put the parents to death, and the parents gonna brother will put another brother to death, and sister to sister, and I mean, it don't really say it like that, but it don't say it like sister to sister and stuff, but you could tell that there's gonna be people and stuff who gonna be down for this new world order. You know what I'm saying? And if they label us as being the enemies and whatnot and stuff to speak against this wickedness, then guess what? You're gonna have family and stuff ready to do you in, especially if it's money involved. Because when money talks, bullshit walks. You see, I like to make this saying and stuff. You know, you got that old saying where it says that blood is thicker than water. Well, guess what? You're gonna find out that water is more dense than blood, and that's what's gonna happen soon, man. That's what's happening already. But how much more? You know what I'm saying? When there's no leaves on the trees, you see, right? Right? And when I say no leaves on the trees, I ain't talking about no fucking winter. What I'm talking about is that a time of mirth and stuff being gone. People are going to do anything that they can and stuff just so they can get that fix. You see, whatever it might be, right? And I'm not just talking about drugs and substance. You know what I'm saying? You know, to have fun. You know, because you might sit up here and be in a situation where you're on a run. You know, whatever it is that you believe in and stuff that's outside the new world order. And the thing is that you're gonna try to have fun. You get too loud, you're gonna draw on attention from somebody else, because the times are coming where being outside or being inside and stuff is gonna be scary as hell. You see, right? So this is back in First Maccabees 1 and 56 again. It says, and when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, it says they burnt them with fire. It says, and whosoever was found with any of the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the kings. So that means if you committed to the law, meaning that you kept the law, it says the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. You see, right? So it's going to be a war on righteousness, and if you live after righteousness and stuff, you know what I'm saying, the people going to know. You know, it's gonna be seen. You see? Right. So it says, verse 58. It says, "Thus did they, by their authority, unto the Israelites every month." It says to as many as were found in the city. So guess what? It was a diligent search to see who was still following the ways of the Lord. You see? You know, and that alone and stuff is gonna be scary enough. You know, and the brother Amawan Gabar. Yeah, I think it's GMS Awakening 144. And he did a sit down saying that don't be surprised and stuff if you got to live off grid. Scriptures do say in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter and stuff, that we should be as pilgrims upon the earth. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? We're coming into the time stuff where you're gonna have to completely put your whole faith in your how about Shemi Shai and stuff, because guess what? You're not gonna be able to do anything within your own power as an instant gratification. You see, right? And it says, and guess what? The Lord's going to try you. You know what I'm saying? You know, remember, it's Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are part of the elect, the Lord going to have you. He going to make sure that you're safe. He going to make sure that you're good and whatnot and stuff. But the thing is that it's not going to be within your power. You're going to have to wait on him, literally. You know what I'm saying? You know, now we're doing it already. You know what I'm saying? You know, we doing it already and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? If you got some money, you can go to the store. Well, the time's coming and stuff. Guess what? You ain't gonna be able to do that. And even if it is electronic and whatnot, you know, we don't really know how far it's gonna go and whatnot and stuff, right? But when it come down to that Fed now, if they say that you can't believe this and believe that and stuff, it's underneath the Fed now, they will cut your funds. You see? You know? You know? Fuck it. My bad. They will cut your funds. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that's what they're going to do to pressure you and stuff to be in their new world order. Right? Right? Verse 58. It says, thus did they, right? Like some of us going to be on the run. Some of us might get locked up. Some of us going to get put to death and stuff. You know, martyrdom is in the Bible. You see? You know, but we ain't going to do it. We don't, martyrdom is when we get killed and stuff for the truth's sake. You see? And guess what? We're going to be hated of all men. You know? And you see it in those movies and whatnot. They you know, people act like they all cool and whatnot and stuff. We believe, but then here it is. They make a call. And they try to butter you up to get you to stay and whatnot. Right? You're gonna need the spirit upon you and whatnot to be able to check. It's like something ain't right. You see? I think we need to go. You know what I'm saying? Right? So this is First Maccabees 1 and 58 again. It says, thus did they, being by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities. It says, now the 520th day of the month they did sacrifice upon the idol altar. It says, which was upon the altar of the Most High, at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. You see, it says, and they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses. It says, and slew them that had circumcised them, meaning took that foreskin off so they don't have to pull it back just to pee, you know, or wash, you know. And it says because that was a covenant and stuff that the Lord had made to Abraham. You see, so as you can see and stuff, they want you to denounce the Lord. You know, and if you don't, then your life is going to be in jeopardy. And a lot of people ain't going to be able to deal with that. You see? Right? So this is verse 62. It says, howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. You see? So when it comes down to the mark of the beast, the MOTB, the RFID chip, radio frequency identification, NFC, which is near field communications, which uses RFID technology, right? Uh, uh, um, RFID technology, you know what I'm saying? And by Elon Musk, you got Neuralink, you know what I'm saying, when they're going to put the chip in your brain and whatnot and stuff, and that's mostly going to be for somebody and stuff who's mentally ill, you know what I'm saying, you know, or say you got certain limbs and stuff that's not there and stuff, and they give you an artificial leg or artificial arm and stuff, and you want to move instead of just having a little boomerang or whatever that is and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just having that, instead of just having that, you know, you're gonna have you know, probably had like real feet and toes and stuff like the brothers from Full Metal Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? But you're gonna have to have that chip and stuff just so it can work, so your remaining blood vessels and stuff can work with the wires and whatnot and stuff, so it can control according to your will. You see, right? 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 So this is it says verse 63. And it's the same thing. Back then and stuff, you had to eat pork, you had to eat swine and stuff to show the announcement of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Well, then I mean, it's still eating pork regardless of anything that's unclean and stuff to eat. We understand that. You know, if you sit up here and don't follow the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the Heavenly Son, who the world really calls Jesus Christ, right? The thing is that if you completely into wickedness, you know what I'm saying, you know, they already know where you're going to go. Ain't really no test trial for that. But for the ones and stuff who do believe and stuff, this is going to be the test. You see? Now, every day we do get tested.